Game on. Back at it. Right off the fucking bat. Well, how shitty did I preview Mount St. Anne? So shitty. I I gotta I hopefully by the time this one has been posted, the other one has been posted as well. I still have to listen back to it. This app that I used to record is like gets so behind in the timing. So it said when I looked at it, it said it was 32 minutes long. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll record what my thoughts on the finals after it as well." And then once it like saves and I think like once you close the app and open it back up, it tells you actually how long it is and it was like I think it was like 54 minutes. So, should have put that one out, but oh well. You'll live and you'll learn. So now we got finals. Let's just start it off. That boy Troy, way to be. I no one I did not know that he was having a kid. If I knew that he had just had a kid, that's a guaranteed win. He's not at home with his family, but off racing, you got to come home with that trophy. You got to make it worth the time away from the fam. That's a guaranteed win. I would have bet the fucking farm on that. Damn, that boy Troy. Look, Lockie Stevens McNabb, I guess, wasn't that bad of a, wasn't that square of a pick. Well, I mean, that doesn't mean it's not a square pick. It's a square pick. It just worked out. I mean, he's on a heater. He's fucking feeling himself. It'll be interesting to see him in like see if he can carry this into next year. Lori Greenland. Yo, this track in my mind because it's a very daunting like 4 minute track, 3 minutes and 54 seconds in the wet. In the dry they were riding I think three I think Troy had a winning semis run and it was like 3:43. So it definitely got slower, but I mean it's a fucking that's a 4 minute track. Like that's not a short track by any means. So I think of it, my dumb animal brain thinks big track, big person, big rider, monster truck over the rocks and slabs and shit. But in actuality, I am interested. I might pause this or try to talk while I'm doing it. But I want to talk about the rider size because Laurie Greenland is a small rider. Troy Brosnan is a small rider. Lockie Stevens McNabb, I don't think is a very large rider. If anything, medium to small size, in stature. Um, Jackson Goldstone won last year, kind of a smaller rider. Finn Isles, smaller rider but very muscular. So, and when I'm saying smaller, I mean in almost like weight in density. So Finn Isles, although yeah, I think he does kind of count. Jackson clearly, Laurie Greenland. If you're thinking small, medium, and large in the smaller size guys, I would say that it goes. Having never met these people in person, I would say Jackson, skinny, small. Laurie, you know, got some man strength, but smaller in stature. Finn Isles seems like he is a kind of running back type person, hockey player, uh, Canadian, but just like isn't super tall. That's like the upper echelon of who I feel like does well because of these janky ass rock slabs. The time that you're getting and Troy I would put, man strength smaller in stature, closer to Lori. But these rocks that you're these slabs, these like square edge hits that you're just getting hung up in these rock gardens to be able to skim and be light over those, I think creates not creates, but just doesn't slow down a smaller rider as much as it does a large rider. I'd like to see kind of what Aaron Gwynn. Okay, let me Mount UCI downhill World Cup Mount Saint Anne Mount Saint Anne results. And let's see if I can get. I don't want just 1 year though, so I need like a Wikipedia, which there definitely won't be. Damn. Because Aaron, the reason I say Aaron Gwynn is because in several videos and interviews that I've watched with him, he runs his suspension incredibly stiff. So I'm wondering if he kind of rides like a lighter rider because he just kind of bounces over everything. And that's it was interesting. I actually felt like I understood more the air pressure in my bike. The more I'm riding and paying attention to these things, I'm noticing the differences. So I had my in the Irish Death trail video POV, I pumped my front fork up to like I think 90 and it's supposed to be 75 to 85%. I think I have two tokens in there right now. So 85 to 90 and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm getting bounced around. It's way too firm." But I didn't take any air pressure out. You see the trail. It's like 2 minutes long. It's not that long. And I'm riding I before that I was riding Blue Ribbon, which is their like blue flow trail. It's all right. Um so I want to ride it again in the dry and follow someone who knows the trail because it's a long trail, it's a lot. So you're pumping, you're already tired, and there's a couple spots in there that you can like double or triple things, but you need to know that it's coming and have the speed for it. Once you have the speed, it's basically just like a pop. Like and not that's it's just like a bounce almost. Like you don't it's not they're not steep lips. They're just like doubles and shit. So, um by pumping like by increasing the air pressure in your shocks or the rebound or whatever, you're just kind of bouncing over shit. You're not getting hung up as much. So these rock slab, that's why I said Aaron Glenn. The rock slabs, the track in MSA, I actually at first I was like, oh man, it's the noticeable steepness, even on camera, of the of the of the Alps, of the European tour. No, the Alps. Yeah, the Alps. Because it's not Fort William doesn't I feel like doesn't have the noticeable steepness. Mount St. Anne doesn't have the noticeable steepness. Even when they were at Wyndham in New York, it didn't have the noticeable steepness that the Alps do. That is insanely steep out there. Some of that shit that they're riding, now that I'm thinking about it and like putting it up, picturing it in my mind against, because Wyndham specifically. The reason I mentioned Wyndham is because I went to college in the Catskills, and we went on like in the mountain biking club. We went to Wyndham for like a day or something. Like went and did the the bike park, and you could ride the World Cup course. And I remember getting to the section in the woods. It's like you're coming in from riders. If you're looking down the mountain, you're coming in from the riders' right side, so you're traversing across the mountain to the left, to the two riders left, and then you kind of drop into this switchbacky. I mean, or you could just fucking straight line it, open rocky section, and that was the steepness of that section was like, holy shit, I don't remember it being this steep on camera. When I'm thinking back to it, it did. I think I think it could be perceived as like, oh shit, that is kind of steep. But there is something about the mountains in mainland Europe. I think they're all the Alps. I don't know. Oh, there's like the Pyrenees or some shit. You get it. It's those mountains. They're very very steep. Actually, the Pyrenees kind of man. What I maybe it's the trees. Maybe it's the amount of trees that the Alps seem to have, where it's just like, oh shit, look at those things are standing straight up, and this hill is going this way. Whereas when it's kind of bushy or like there's like shrubs and shit. Like I'm thinking of Andorra, and you can't, and there aren't like so many trees just like lined up where it's like you can't miss how steep it is. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But for whatever reason, you know, the Alps seem to be the steepest, and that is a great. That's let We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the tracks in a second because then I want to talk about the new tracks for next year. Shout out Lake Placid, New York, up in the 80Ks, the Adirondacks. Oh, God, I'm so excited. Yes! I'm not even on the East Coast, but to have Lake Placid become, and they did the cross country shit this year too. All right, pause. Hang on. Hang on. Don't get excited. Just stay with Mount St. Anne for right now. They wrapped up the overall, but I don't think the points have come out. I think they told Troy that he got second overall. Loic got first. Troy got second overall. He's been so consistent this year. That's been impressive. I don't remember. I don't know what he's kind of been in the past, but I don't think he's been kind of a name brand, which doesn't make any sense because he's on Canyon and he's he's so good. He's got to have been in the top 10 in the past several years. Must have been. But I don't either way, did incredibly well this year. Way to be. Um like I was saying, Lockie Stevens McNabb kind of maybe not or still a square pick, but he's on a heater. All right, yeah, we went through that. I got sidetracked at Lori. Jesus Christ. Remy Tyrion just seems like a perpetual top 5 contender all the time, especially in the wet. He does seem to do very well in the wet. Also, kind of making a name for himself in the wet riding. Benoit Coulange. I could I mentioned him, yeah, but Laurie Greenland and Troy Brosnan are the two that I'm pissed at myself for not mentioning. Because Troy's been lighting it up this year. To not pick him is, and you don't want to say Ronan Dunn in the ocean. Okay, I didn't want to make like square picks. That's what I didn't want to make. And by not making really any picks, I chose the squarest picks of them all by naming like Loic and Finn and that type of shit. And also I got to look up the qualifying before finals takes place, and like actually record these on a better time basis chronologically. So I'm not worried about getting the results before watching it and having those emotions, getting to share in those emotions of the race. Although I don't really want to fucking share in the emotions with the goddamn Rudy. I don't. This guy is. He was good. He was actually really good. Him and Jesse. Jesse Melamed was a really nice add to the broadcast. I thought he had some was self-aware, was able to kind of laugh at himself a little bit, didn't take it too seriously, but also was like, this is fucking sick at some points. Yeah, and honestly, his what is that? His rapport with Rudy was pretty good too. And I actually liked Rudy with Jesse. That actually worked really well. Seemed very conversational. Didn't seem planned out until and of course it's the last thing he does, so it's the fucking it's like sticks in your mind. I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he started a sentence and was so and it was so clearly rehearsed that because he started the sentence with maybe a couple of the words, but like when you say something and it comes out, like something like that. Like you swap two words and you understand what the person was trying to say, but it just didn't come out right. So he starts a sentence, swaps a couple words, restarts with but it's like it's Troy coming across the line. It is the last person, the last thing. It's supposed to be this penultimate moment. Penultimate? Penultimate? Yeah, something like that. I'm not fucking smart. All right? I'm not a world renowned smart person. Okay? Leave me alone. Get on out of here. Go on, get. Skedaddle. Don't listen to this. It's not going to be good. And so, anyways, Troy comes across the line. It's this big buildup. It's this emotion from Rudy. He screws up the words and he just fucking stops the sentence, restarts it with the same like emotion and energy. It's like, no, dude, you screwed it up. Just either keep going. You're either lost. It was oh man, this person is lost in the moment kind of thing. And that is beautiful when it's natural. When it's not natural, when it's clearly rehearsed and planned out, that's not cool. That's not fun. I feel like vulnerability is. I feel like vulnerability is a very showing a vulnerable moment and showing vulnerability is an incredible moment to share with someone and can build a sense of connection and emotion and positive emotion usually with that person, with like the viewers, with the person talking. Like that's why I like what's his name? Um fucking and the other guy, the red-haired guy, Carlson. I can't think of his name. Tom Carlson, Joe, John, Andy. I don't know. He looks Netherlands, but he's Australian. But his kind of like excitement in the moment of like, oh, we got around the corner, like that's a moment where you're like you are lost in an maybe not lost, but you are allowing yourself and allowing your emotions to come across. And that's beautiful. That's fun. That's interesting. It is not interesting. I don't like plays. I'm not a play guy. Music, like I'm not against like different forms of art. I'm not against that. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't think but like in plays and shit, there is vulnerability in the actors kind of losing themselves in this script. So I can like you see what I'm saying? I can find the vulnerability in that, but I don't really like rehearsed stuff. There is beauty in it in other art forms, and I'm sure I can find those, but it's not something that I automatically like automatically like that I'm like drawn to, that I'm intensely drawn to, like I am with live things, live sports, live concerts, live like that's rehearsed. A live concert is rehearsed, but there's something about the music and being with the people in the crowd or the even with just like the entertainer, like the musician, like with them losing themselves in the music. Like solos are fun because usually they're somewhat different each time. And so like there is some rehearsal, but when things are live, when things are in the moment and happening, I think is that's the best. That's the fucking best. It's so much fucking fun. When you're experiencing things with other people that are open to connections made through vibes, I guess. I don't know. I'm here for the vibes. Like that's the crazy part of like these live These live events is, I don't know. Live stuff is cool. The vulnerability that you get in those moments, I think, is cool. So when Rudy fucking clearly screws up a line that he's rehearsed in the mirror several times and then restarts it, it's like, dude, that's not real. That's not authentic. Stop doing that. It does like clip clip the scene that, you know, it's like, yeah. Maybe it's because maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the rehearsed aspect of the rehearsed nature of that comment combined with a live event. This is live. Our reactions are live. You don't know what's coming, but for some reason you almost knew what was coming and you prepared for it. So it's like, and if you hit it right, if you hit it correctly the first time, maybe I don't even notice. Maybe you get away with it. But it's these, but you got to do it perfectly every time then. Because if you don't, I'm like, maybe not I'm going to hear it and I don't like it. And every time you do something like that, I'm going to be like, oh, that's what he does all the time. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm not here for it. I don't like it. Just shut the fuck up, dude. Or don't, and just stop rehearsing shit. Like, the whole point of like talking and like doing whatever, that's dumb. I'm not going into that. Pull back the curtains a little too much. What else we got? Talked about Lori Greenland, size of the riders on this track. I mean, Ronan Dunn 10th, Aaron Gwynn top 20, got 12th, so that's pretty sick. Richie Rude, I think we should talk about. BK got 6th. Let's, props to BK. Good to see him down there. Still a good rider. Who knew? Richie Rude 7th. Not too fucking bad. Be interesting to see if he kind of. I mean, I think he won the Enduro World or I don't know if he won the Rainbow Stripes, but he might have won the overall for Enduro. That was now getting 7th. I think he was like a junior world champion or something. He was really good and then switched to Enduro. Loris Vergier, 13th. Danny Hart, 14th. Another Enduro guy, 18th, Casper Woolley. Greg Minar, 19th. Greg Minar with the retirement. I don't have anything against Greg. I don't know. Greg was never like one of my favorite riders. I liked how smooth he looked when he rode and was like winning and was seriously competing for World Cups. But I always had kind of like, I was like Aaron Gwynn was kind of came on the scene when I started watching. So like he was kind of my favorite rider. I liked the Yeti bikes. I liked the Yeti riders. Sam Blankensop was probably my favorite rider. So I had other riders. I don't think I really appreciated all that Greg Minar brought and gave to the sport. So I'm not gonna. It feels like as someone who wasn't the biggest fan, it's like okay, we're making this all kind of about him. All right, we're calling him the GOAT. Apparently, like it's all these are. I'm saying this to make sure that I'm honest with how I feel about him, but also I don't want to tear him down. And the reason I'm saying like we're calling him the GOAT apparently is because I wasn't a part of like I don't know what's going on. I'm saying that like someone that's coming into the sport and being like just like peeking around the corner and being like, "Yo, what's up, guys?" And I see someone do a crazy trick, and then they point to a guy standing next to me in plain clothes and go, "This guy's the best, actually." But the guy that just went did a backflip tail whip, and like I think that's my exam. That's how I'm seeing this. So I mean, I definitely saw Greg perform for several years, and that's where I'm like, maybe they apparently with that tone comes across as like apparently like someone else should be the goat. That's not. It's not that at all. Like how man, yeah. What's the way to phrase it that actually makes it sound like I'm not some sniveling little bitch? Someone else should be the goat. I wasn't. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. That's why long format interview is best, so I can get words out and say what I think. Beep boop boop beep beep boop boop. As a robot, I don't know how to talk. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you tell my parents didn't really work on communication with us as kids? Says the crazy man talking into a microphone. Jesus Christ. All right. I think Kaya Hearn was the one that just went fucking ass over tea kettle. Haven't gotten to use that one in a while. Um, at Whistler. So and he raced, got 23rd at this World Cup. So I think that's good. That's good to see. If that's him, fuck yeah. Dak. Oh, Dak Norton, last place because he went out. He went out of the track. He just there's some you kind of like there's a left-hander into this kind of step up into a kind of right hand, like a dog leg right hand into maybe the dropper into the woods or something, and with the amount of like mist and clouds and shit, I think Dak just and the mud on your goggles, I think Dak just lost his placing and shot too far inside and went past a marker and off track. So he had to stop and go back. props. Props to him for going back cuz I don't think a lot of people saw it. It would have been interesting to see if they actually caught it. Cuz I when he stopped, everyone was like, did he miss one? Did he miss one? And even on the replay, it's like blurry and misty and cloudy, and you can barely see that he went out. So I don't know. Yeah, they probably would have caught it, but I wouldn't have stopped. I'd have been like, fuck it. I mean, but he his points. So who knows? I mean, you get what 30 points, dude. I gotta make a spreadsheet for this, and then just like put like the points in and shit. UCI, DHI finals position split. Oh, they're by splits. Damn. Lockheed was ahead a lot at the first split. Interesting. All right. Well, Mount St. Anne. Yeah, I think what it lacks in steeps, it truly makes up for in its East Coast, Appalachian, bouldery, slabby, janky rock, loam roots. Like it has like the Alps has it all except for rocks. The East Coast has it all except for steepness. I love that. The fucking, when people do that, it's like all but so he didn't have all of it. It's, yeah, well that's what the but's for. Well, why not just say he had most of it? It's just like the phrasing of shit, the way you say things. I've just like and now I'm on this topic because of how I was phrasing like the Greg Minar thing, the goat thing. Like it's just yeah, it's fucking I don't even yeah, the phrasing of shit was just is interesting. You can get completely different responses from someone just based on just based on how you phrase something. By switching one word or two words or the tone, the inflection. We're all just like we think we're so fucking smart as humans. We're humans. We're not animals. We're so smart. Like a dog's bark or howl or uh like a baboon's screech or a bird's chirp. Well, those they're not. That's, that's something completely different. We as humans, we have our words and we know what we're saying. It's like all this like subconscious shit that comes across with your experiences. It's no fucking better than some dumbass bird chirping trying to attract a mate. That's literally just some dude on the street catcalling some chick. It's the same fucking thing. Two gorillas in the jungle just beating their chest over territory is just some two drunk frat bros in a bar that both wanted to get their drinks before the other. I claim this pool table first, bro. Bro, are we gonna have a problem? Should we step outside? What was the other? A dog barking. What is that one? Who knows? I fucking dude. We suck. I hate people. Mostly myself, but everyone else too. We all suck. And fucking the sooner we figure that the fuck out, I think the better off we'll be. And I don't know who's gonna fucking figure it out first. Probably the monks, Tibetan monks or something. People that don't talk too much and don't like take too much. People that can be happy just like sitting there content with themselves. That's who we should model our lives after. Not your dumbass mom or your dumbass dad. I don't know. I'll have kids because my parents want grandkids, and to have grandkids, I gotta have kids. That's how it works. That's how math works. 1 + 1 is 2. Oh, Jesus Christ! You guys shouldn't have had kids. You shouldn't have brought another moron into this fucking world. Just another straw on the camel's back. All right, so Mount St. Anne. That's that. The UCI. Oh man, what does the West Coast have that the so and then the West Coast has elevation, doesn't have like it does have rock rolls, but it's like boulder. It's like giant boulders as opposed to like one boulder as opposed to like huge rock slabs. There we go. That's what the West Coast. And then man, it would be interesting to see if all right, actually that's a, good ish segue into the tracks for next year for the World Cup. Holy shit. Lake Placid. I mean, all right, let me go through it. Let me see what the other ones are before I get fucking caught up in that. I gotta play this. Oh yeah, listen to that. Sweet tunes. The sweetest of tunes. Ready? Just fucking blasting that. All right, so we got what's the first one we got? Oh, we're Fort Will. Fort Billy out. Dunzo. And guess what? I'm so fucking happy. That's mean. It's sad. It looked like some of the best fans, the most fans. I think for that reason and that reason alone, it should still be on, or they should figure something else out to get British fans their spot at the table because That crowd deserves the French crowd. They got to stop winning everything and being good at everything, even their revolutions. Um, but goddamn, their crowd it goes hard. So I love seeing that. Um, get the fucking Brits a race, guys. Get them a race. You can't just take Fort Bill and then not. Don't take Lake Placid. Don't take the American one. Don't take any North American races. Just figure something out. Get a get rid of these here you go. Get rid of these dumbass quarterfinals like you said maybe you would or qualifying or semis. Get rid of these fucking semis, do a qualifying and then that's so you've taken out what, 7 rounds? So 7 races. So divide that by 2 cuz qualifying in a finals, you get at least 3 more places that you could go. 3 more stops. That's we got one in, so it's all got to be in the northern hemisphere because of when it goes. But if you extended the season even a little bit, I bet New Zealand could have some fucking sick courses. I bet that dirt would be primo. Ah, fuck the snow. Ooh, the season would have to start either super early or have to end super late because you'd have to melt the snow. All the snow would have to melt in the southern hemisphere. I don't know. That could be fucking sick. Going to a South American country, getting a South American country in there would be pretty sick. Doing one in Australia, that's been done. Yeah, we got to figure something out to get at least some more. I don't know. They probably won't. There, I don't think there's enough money down in South America. Feels like that's kind of. I don't think there's any F1 races down there, and that's really focus. It's not about having. It's not just about entertainment. It's not just about being the coolest thing. These people don't give a fuck. They just want the money. So if there's no money, they're probably not going to go down there. But it would be cool to see races in every on each continent, or on a couple more of them, or in different places too. So we got Fort Bill out first of the season. Quick pause. I got to put my hair up. Hang on. All right. So we got first up for downhill is Poland, mid-May. Not bad. I can get down with that. They do Nove Molesto or whatever for cross country. They do cross country in South America, so let's get fucking on it for downhill, boys. Um, Ludenville, May and June. April showers bring May flowers. Hopefully it'll be dry. That would be fucking sick. Glad they moved that. Feels like when you do it that late in the season, it's going to be rainy there. Like it was so rainy all year at each of these stops. The Alps are sweet. I love the steeps, but get them out of these fucking dumbass bike parks where it's just like slick track. Get it into that fucking loam. All right, so we got Ludenville, the end of May, June 1st, I think. Looks like. All right, Ludenville. Oh, I thought I missed something. I'm getting mixed up because they show these they're doing like background shots and they're not matching they're matching some of them to where the course is and then immediately showing like a different course, a back shot. So it's just confusing. I thought I missed something. All right, Leogang, the 5th to the 8th of June, Val di Sole, 20th and 22nd of June to the 22nd, Val di Fassa. Oh, that's enduro. Never mind. La Tuile. What is that? I don't know what La Tuile is. Val de Sol is Val de Sol. La Tuile. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. It's Thuile. La Thuile? I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. It's in Italy. Another Alps type shit. I'm here for it. I'm down. New place, let's go. Probably not a new place, but I just don't recognize it. What else we got? Another cross country. Andorra. Did that say downhill? Yep. Downhill, Andorra. All right. It's a Andorra is a cool area. Andorra is pretty fucking neat. Very, very steep mountains, tall mountains. So, not noticeably steep on camera. Nah, it is. There are some if talking about the stature of like human beings that we had talked about before, if the mountains ranked on like steepness, it goes like East Coast and then Andorran Mountain. It goes fucking Australia, then East Coast of North America, and then Andorra, and then the Alps. At least the way the tracks are cut, just from the looks of the tracks, it's just unreal how steep some of the like Champery, Chatel, those you know Val de Sol has no. Val de Sol is actually Val de Sol is a great example of steep in sections is a perfect combination of an East Coast North American East Coast track and um and like the Alps. So maybe it's not so much that maybe it's like the track builders. Maybe that's just their style of building a course. Because it does like you look at Chatel and it's like there's seems like I guess maybe it's more shaly rock. I don't know. Maybe it is the trail builder like just that style, which kind of makes a little bit of sense. Like I don't know. It doesn't really because I like everything. Like I'm gonna ride. I don't. Yeah, I like a little bit of everything. Can't get just anything. Like I wouldn't just want to ride flow trails. If I had to ride just one thing over and over again, I guess it would be flow trails. But every once in a while, it's fun like to ride Irish Death to dial your suspension in and just fucking go ham, bounce, 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 like lily pad from like over roots, straight lining, like holding speed through off camber shit. Like that's fun. I wouldn't want to ever give that up, dude. So whatever. Keep it moving. Haute Savoie. The end of August. I don't think there was like a crazy big break, was there? Oh yeah, all of June, July again. We got because Leogang was the 5th to the 8th of June. Val de Sol is the 20th to the 22nd of June. Then the Enduro, and then yeah, Lots Wheel 0306 of July. Andorra 09 to the 13th of July. Haute Savoie. Okay, so yeah, so like a month or so break. Haute Savoie is that Léger? No, I feel like I feel like Léger was previous. I should have written these down instead of just trying to rewind through this fucking thing again. Poland, Nove Mesto, Loudenvielle. What else we got? Leogang, right? Leogang. So yeah, Haute Savoie I think is Léger. So good stuff. And then Lenzerheide. Good to see that on there. That's pretty sick. I think Lenzerheide is a really cool track too. Incredibly dangerous though. I'm very very interested to see what Lots Wheel is going to be like, but um fuck, what was it? A Leger. That is, or Lenzerheide. That is a very. There's so many rocks that you're like, like going in between that can clip a pedal, and then if you crash, you're gonna land on rocks. Aaron Gwynn fucked himself up last year, I think. Like this past year, no, I think it was last year that like because he crashed in a section like that, and yeah, that's tough because you don't want to. You need stuff to make it complex and different and crazy and cool to watch, but you also kind of want to make it somewhat safe. So it's tough. That's tough. Yeah, those rock gardens are no fucking joke. All right. So after Leger, what do we have? Oh yeah, Lenzerheide. After Lenzerheide, what do we have? Lake Placid. Lake Placid downhill. Oh shit. Where the fuck is that going to be? I mean, it's going to be at Whiteface, but what track are they going to use? I didn't think they had a downhill. I didn't think they had a bike park there. I've actually ridden there once when this one guy was doing like a bike park, but it was like it wasn't on the lift. It was in a shuttle. And you would shuttle basically like mid mountain, and that's where the trails were cut. Like from there down. I have no idea what they're gonna do, but it is awesome to see the Adirondacks actually, hopefully embracing mountain biking because they do not have, from last time I checked, they do not have a lot of bike trails, and that is a fucking shame. There's one in like Old Forge that the mountain is starting to have more tracks on, but I don't know if it's a bike park or if like you gotta climb up yourself and they just have the tracks there if you want to ride them. It's criminal how little amount of bike trails that they have up there with the amount of elevation that they have to fucking play with. It's crazy. That's what I mean, I could see myself living in the Adirondacks and just if I'm on, like if I ever had to go back to the East Coast, just going to the Adirondacks. Global warming is actually fucking making the Adirondacks like pretty sweet. That's not true. It's actually really bad. But as the snow kind of moves away, it is one of the most beautiful places in the summer. So I don't know what to tell you. It's fucking sick. So if there's more warm weather, more ability to ride up there, that would be pretty sweet. Those mountains are so cool. And even the fucking foothills, they're sweet too. Like there's so much elevation and shit you could do in that area. I just think about like how crazy the rock slabs and shit are in up in like the eastern part of Canada where like Mount St. Anne is. They used to have one in Bromont, um, like a World Cup, but the amount of like huge ass boulders, rock slabs, like almost West Coast like boulders and rock slabs with also just like very rocky and rooty ground. I'm oh my fucking god, I'm so excited to see what Whiteface has to offer. I just remember because I would go up there as a kid, and we would go to not like often to like Lake Placid, but to Old Forge, and that has like these little like foothills and shit. They're mountains, but I mean they're considered mountains, but they're kind of more like foothills when you think of like mountains. And I just like you go on these hikes and it's like holy shit, I could try riding my bike down this, but that would be pretty wild. Imagine actually building like a bike specific trail. The amount of fucking fun, the bench cut that you could get into that and just off rocks and roots. And dude, taking a 170 enduro bike up there would be unfucking real. The trails that you could build, I think. Man, pretty sick. I'm very, very excited to see what Lake Placid has to offer for downhill. Great cross country, cool, sick, nice. That's how you get people into the sport. But downhill, ah, that's gonna be so sweet. I hope they do it right, do it well. But even not, it's I think their first year there, so it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be great, but I think they're hopefully they try their best. I'll be very interested. Very interested. All right. And then last but certainly not but certainly not east, even though it is. Certainly not least, Mount St. Anne, finishing up the downhill portion of the year. I wonder how many races. It feels like there's slightly more, but they took out Bill, added added Lake Placid, added uh Lathuil. So we got downhill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 races. So I think there's more than there was this year. I think there was only like 7 or 8 this year. Interesting. Well, nice. That's pretty sick. I would like to see Leger and Liugang kind of take a break. Little I'm just kind of it's just too very clearly bike parky. Like Liugang Liugang I don't that motorway has got to fucking go. Has got to go. I hate that thing. It looks so fucking dumb. It's all just like who can come in with the most speed and talk. I don't want to see that. If I wanted to see that, I would watch the world record for like like land speed on a bike going down that fucking volcano. I don't want to watch that straight away. Get it the fuck out of there. Loudenville, awesome. Love seeing that. What else? Leo Gang, I don't want to see in there. Leger. Or is that Leger? Leo Gang, it might not be Leo Gang. I don't know. One of them. Whatever the fucking that gray gravelly straightaway, you know what it is. It's no good, dude. It's no fucking good. And then I don't know, just like the perfectly placed like bouldery rocks. It's like just so perfectly bike parky. I think that's Leah Gang as well. Just go. Just get a new track. If you're gonna put it there, fine. Get a new track. You're probably not, so put it somewhere else. Get it the fuck out of there. Give me a break. Even the first year that they took it there, I was like, what the fuck is this? And that might have been like back in like 2011, maybe 2015 or something. I don't even remember. But I remember seeing it and being like, I don't like that. Whichever one it was, I don't remember. I think Leger I'm like kind of okay with. I think it's Leah Gang. And that's fine. Put it in another Austrian place. I don't give a shit. Just not there. Leger I'm starting to feel like that too. Starting to kind of have that opinion of like, what did they just like place these boulders in perfectly? Like, I just like a rougher, more natural look to stuff. Ludenville feels like it has that. They're not adding in boulders unnecessarily because it's a bike park and they want to have all different types of terrain. That's honestly that's a huge part of it. That's what makes it feel bike parky. Now that I'm saying that out loud, That's definitely a part of it. It's just like these very like calculated, rehearsed shit. Like appreciate the appreciate what the land has to offer naturally because you don't get it everywhere. And to try to play God and place different terrains in areas where they wouldn't naturally exist is stupid. It's fucking dumb. So cut it the fuck out. And I'm not talking about wave pool. Having a wave pool somewhere so that people can do something that makes them happy. I think I'm okay with that. It's like this, it's a bike park, so now we need to put these like rocks in. And that's great for people. A bike park needs that. But for a race, for a pro race, that's not what you like. Don't show, don't, you do want to showcase a bike park. It drives tourism. It definitely does. But show, I think it's like being proud of like the natural stuff that your spot has to offer. There is, if you can't find beauty in that spot, then why are you fucking there in the first place? So like the steeps, focus on the steeps of that area. Focus on the routes. Don't direct the track down to this one section where there are these perfectly placed rocks so that people can see it and go, "Oh my God, I want to go ride that. I'm gonna book a ticket there." Blech. I don't know. I know you have to. That's the whole fucking point of this, but it still sucks. So fuck you. Just there's so many cool things. I guess they're like complex sections, so whatever. I was gonna say there's so many steep sections that look sick, but yeah, it's like people aren't gonna go there and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna ride that." They'll be like, "Well, that's way too much. I'm not going there." So I get it. I fucking get it. But we're trying to sell a bunch of different shit. So fucking I don't know what to tell you. All right. Excited to see Lake Placid. It's got to be Whiteface, right? Has to be. If it's not Whiteface, where would it be? That would be fucking hysterical if it was just like a hiking trail. It won't because there's like actual standards to the track, so it's got to be the track has to like meet certain like has to have like a wide section, like an open section, like a wood section. So it won't be, but that would be fucking hysterical. Um. Oh, speaking of track length or the tracks, to have like the times that were just jumping back to MSA quick, the time gap for the top five was all all but within 1 second. Um, fourth and fifth were 1.163 and 1.176 seconds behind first on a 4 minute fucking track. To be within 1 second, that's insane. That's nuts, dude. That's so like top 10 is within 5 seconds, and that's still pretty impressive on a 4 minute long track, 3.5 minute long track. That seems correct, but on the lower end of what you would expect. Crazy, crazy how good all these riders are. Um, there's this one like American chick that they showed on the video. It was like for some reason HBO Max doesn't show you the amount of time that you've been watching, just the amount of time until the end of the program that you've been watching. So this was at 2 hours and like 14 minutes from the end. This chick, I think she was like slamming beers and just dressed all in like the fucking stars and bars and losing her shit, and that was great. Represent. up in Canada. Show them what's what. Let's fucking fly. Um, yeah. World Cup. Already excited for next year. Gonna be a long off season. I can't fucking wait. But guess what? Now we got football. Non-stop, dude. Pop. Oh, missed him. Trying to get this fucking fly. Wait till he comes back. Oh, I missed him. What do we got? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Oh yeah, that was still on UCI. Well, yeah. Get the Brits a race somewhere. You gotta get them a race somewhere. They're too good of fans to not. Come on, do the right thing, UCI. Shut the fuck up, Rudy. Already did that. Oh. What is it? Actually, let me hang on. Timeout. Let me see what we're at time wise. Oh shit. Okay. All right. We'll pause here, and then I have. Oh man, a rampage is going on. Preview for that. Preview for Rampage. I gotta say something about it. I'm so excited for Brendawg's line. Apparently, T Max got Tyler mccaul. Let me start over. I'm very excited for Brendan Fairclaw's line. Tyler mccaul. Apparently, his line is fucking nuts from what I've heard. Heard firsthand accounts on Instagram, on social media, seeing all the stuff that comes out. Seems like that could be a pretty sick line. I think I saw Tom Van Steenberg's line, and I don't know how crazy it's going to be. I really hope, I swear to God, if these fucking judges score, they're different riding styles. Slope style and free ride are different riding styles. You cannot just give all of the points to tricks. You have to give some of the points to wild shit that these guys are landing on and riding down. An insane run out, like Brendawg's, the thing that he posted on Instagram where he was like track standing and then swooping into this left-hander into a takeoff skipper right-hander that leads into this kind of like wall ride drop off of just cliffside, just uncut raw cliffside. That has to get, I don't know. I don't know if it's as many points as something, but I don't know. I don't know. You like I'm going to be very interested to see what the judges are going to do this year. How they're going to I think because of I think every year there's been blowback, but I have not seen a year where they did a video where a judge, specifically, whether it was a good or bad video, which we've talked about before, where a judge put out a video trying to explain but didn't actually, their thinking of why they judge someone or why they judge things the way they do. So I feel like to feel like they have to for someone to feel like they have to put that out, I feel like there maybe was more talk, more buzz on social media, maybe a couple more hashtags used than in years previous. Or maybe these judges were finally on social media, paid attention, and saw people like, what the fuck is this? Because that's, it is what it is. Like, I'm a big fan. Tom Van Steenberg, I think, got gold for his X Games part, as he should have. I thought, I understood him getting first. Carson Storch makes big threes, big threes off drops, big threes off big drops. There we go. He makes those look so easy. It's insane to watch him do that. So yes, he should. That although it looks easy, it needs to be scored high. I get that. I mean, I guess it's like, but like I'm saying, like in my head, the argument against Brendawg getting the score that I think he should get, like maybe in previous years comparatively, is like, okay, well then do a three off a drop. It's like, well, okay, have Carson ride this shit. Like, I don't know. I guess he could. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem. It'll be. I think the overall impression of the line has to be taken into account. The amount of shit that they are doing in the run. I think he got fourth though. So, maybe that's what they're saying is unless you do more tricks, fourth is the highest you're going to get with these crazy, almost unrideable lines. Which I don't know. It seems a little. I don't. It doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem correct. I'm going to be watching very intently this year. 9 a.m. Saturday. I'm fucking stoked. The chicks, dude. The chicks are the chicks are riding this year. Like a whole contest to themselves. Actually in about an hour. No, I think it said like 6 p.m. What the fuck? I thought it was like 10 a.m. on Thursday. But then on YouTube, I think it said like at like 10 October 10th, 10 24 at 10 a.m. or at 6 p.m. So, I don't know. I probably just read something wrong, but it's also at night. That doesn't seem right. Oh, rhymed. That doesn't seem correct. So, I don't know. But to have the chicks go like build their own lines, like god damn, dude, women are progressing so fast it feels like. In the past like 2 years, it feels like they were like, "Oh yeah, we can do tricks by the way. You guys want to do you guys want to do a slopestyle comp? You girls want to try this too?" They're like, "Yeah, we'll give it a shot." Oh shit, now there's a whole competition around the chicks. What? It was like girls don't do tricks. And then all of a sudden it was like, nah, we backflip, three, no handers, bar spins. Like, what? When? When did this happen? How? I'm just so out of it. I just feel, I don't know. I'm sure that is not the case. I'm sure progression happens at a natural pace behind the scenes of everyone else watching, and specifically myself who wasn't paying attention. But it is funny to kind of come into the sport after growing up in it and just being like, I've never even seen a girl on the trails like around my hometown. So like the jumps. So like I don't think they even exist on 26-inch wheels. To now just like having an entire Red Bull Rampage surround them. Like holy shit. And but it felt like that didn't happen. Like there was I think like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe now, maybe even four. There's like Red Bull Rampage, like what was it called? It was called something specific. It was like not Retribution. Well, it was like I don't know. It was like Upstart, Red Bull Rampage Upstart or something like that. And it was basically the chicks coming in and just like testing out features and just helping progress each other. uh, Formations. I think it might have been like Red Bull Rampage, like or Red Bull Formations or something, and it was at the Rampage site a couple days before. The chicks would like go out and like ride certain features or something like that, and that was pretty sick. I was expecting that again maybe last year, and they were just like, no, girls aren't doing anything last year. And then this year they were like, all right, yeah, by the way, there's a judge competition for chicks. Like, okay. Yeah, we're inviting riders. They're building their own lines, and it's a full competition. What'd you expect? It's just like It is. I'm fucking here for it. I'm with it. I want it. I'm here for it. It is fucking wild though, getting that difference. It's great. It's great. The more people we have in the sport, the better. The more friendly faces there are around the sport that, you know, brings so much happiness to so many people. Yeah, I'll take it. All right. Is anyone? Oh my God, Sea Dog, Clemens Caudella, fucking compressed his fucking spine, ate shit into this little like right-hander berm. Like, was it a step down? I don't know. I think there might have been a jump. Very technical, tight section. I think he just came in with a little too much speed. Oh, that was tough to watch. I think he dislocated his hip or some shit. He went head first into the most like right angle it looks like. It was horrifying to watch. Oh, I think his post, he said he was going to be okay, just, just tough spot of luck. So, you never want to hear that, never want to see that, but at least he's going to be okay. Carson, Storch, and Tom Van Steenberg, where I had, Jesus Christ. Their lines, again, they just look very manicured, but again, they might have been, when I say again, from last year, their lines looked manicured as well. They trained their line down. That's what like. You're not riding behind Brendawg on his line last year. You're not going to do it. You don't want to do it. You're not going to do it. So that's what I'm. That's I think those are the. That's what I'm seeing in Brendawg's line. It's like, why is he getting fourth if no one wants to do what he's doing? Like you can, I don't know, whatever. Moving on. Their lines look straight, like pretty smooth again. Again, as in from based on last year, new site, but or different site, but still kind of that manicured slope style line that's their style, and that's cool. Um, it'll be interesting to see their full lines though. So, oh my God, Semenuk, holy shit, he's back. He's motherfucking back. Cam Zink, let's stick on Semenuk for a second. Watched his line, looks incredible. Saw him do a Manny into a drop. I think like bar spin the drop. I wonder if what Semenuk is going to bring to the table this year is starting to do more technical tricks that you would do in video parts onto the course. Manuals. Who knows? Would we ever see a mountain bike hang five? That'd be sick. Jake Atkinson tried to do it in a competition, a manual, like land in a manual and then off. There might have been a couple other competitors that did manuals into a couple drops at some slopestyle events. And I'm saying that like plural, but it might have been like I think it was like one rider. And I don't know if they even landed it. If they did, I think it was another technical rider that I really liked. Why is that sticking in my head so much? I could have just completely made that up. Who knows? But anyways, the I would love to see manuals come into competition more. These very like Manny Landers, these like tricks that it takes several times to do for a video clip. If you're doing it, first go, and then steezy with the rest of the run, a very clean run, like that's what I'm trying to see. And to also then bring that into Rampage, Brandon Semenuk is just kind of could be big mountain, could be big mountain rider, then could drop into a tail whip. Just progressing the sport at all fucking times because he's so goddamn good. He's so goddamn good. Cam Zink, haven't seen much out of him. Just like I think he's been posting on YouTube. Just haven't watched as many of his parts or of his of the vids that he's posting. So it'll be interesting to see what his line looks like. and how it shapes up and what he's pulling on it. He's he does big enough tricks where it's like, yeah, I think him getting like first place with some of the runs that he's done, it's been impressive. And they've definitely been, I think, harder than, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just need two fucking columns. One for the raw. It'll be yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Brendawg's line shakes out. A very clearly downhill oriented rider, free racer, to big tricks of Cam Zink. That's what I think should. I think it was like first and second place. It felt like if you can't do it the best, then be different. Like, and that's what it feels like. It was like Cam Zink, okay, all right, and then the two, your two little brothers that are just kind of romping around having fun in Carson Storch and Tom Van Steenberg. Even though they're putting their fucking lives on the line here, I get that, but it is kind of like, oh, okay, I just saw that with Cam Zink and he did it the best. What the fuck was that I just watched from Brendawg? That was completely different. That caught my eye too. Like, oh yeah, they kind of blended together. Carson Storch, Tom Van Steenberg, they kind of blend together. Oh yeah, because they've rode fucking down together on the line. Whereas Brendawg was just completely out of nowhere, this crazy fucking line. It had to be second, guys. It had to be second. How? How was it fourth? Yeah, threes, big threes. We've seen it. We've done it. We appreciate it. Save it for a video part. What the fuck is that thing that Brendawg just rode? No, not the battleship. I actually wasn't talking about that. It was the other insane aspect of his run. The canyon gap. The lily pad to fucking 60-foot canyon gap that no one else even wanted to touch. The battleship they also didn't want to touch. So, like, what are we doing? All right, that's my Rampage preview. Who, Tommy G. Love seeing him there. The stylish Tommy G. Oh, I can't say it enough. He's so cool now. So steezy. Can't wait for Semenuk to see Semenuk's run. Um, I don't even know. I mean, Simon Godziak, he was gonna flip like a 60-foot gap, basically like the Cam Zink style stuff. Well, pretty much, we'll see him sending it. That's gonna be crazy. I know Kyle Strait is a big name. Um, I don't think I still have the who's riding. Oh fuck, I do this again with. All right, car. Game on. All right, Emil Johansson, Tom Isted, Bienvenido Aguado, Reed Boggs, Thomas. I'm just refreshing my memory because I do want to talk about Tom Isted and I mean Emil Johansson. Obviously, like he's clearly in it. Oh, I think Ethan Nell is fucking back this year. Maybe? No shot. Is he? Oh shit, Kurt Sorge's here. Never see anything from him. Talus Turk also just a mini I think a mini me of Cam Zink, Carson Storch, Tom Van Steenberg. So oh shit, I guess yeah, so Simon Godziak, clear, favorite, Brendan Semenuk favorite, Cam Zink favorite, Brendawg, hopefully should be a favorite. Emil Johansson clearly could be up there. Tom Isted, I'm very man, I'm nervous to see him. He just goes so fucking big so soon. I hope he just kind of fucking feels it out this year. Doesn't try to goddamn kill himself. the he just goes so big all the time. And this is like the biggest fucking spot to do that. So, yeah. I can't wait to see Tom Isted's run. All right, there's your Red Bull Rampage preview. Cannot wait for Saturday. Let's fucking get it. All right. Bye.